Hi, welcome back to the Gagged podcast with your host, Bella Joie.
And Leah Hayes.
And today we have the most beautiful Cassidy Cauley here.
Cassidy Cauley is here in the building.
Hi, guys. I'm here, or should I say, girls.
Ooh. So excited to have her.
Welcome to Gagged.
Yes.
I'm gooped and gagged to be here.
No, I think everyone's going to be gooped and gagged when they hear
I
this
know.
episode.
This is my first time back behind.
Yeah.
Not behind a camera, but definitely behind like a podcast equipment and
How
stuff
long
like
has
that.
it been?
It's been 84 years. No.
Oh. She just aged herself. She's aged
Ancient.
herself.
Ancient.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
A lot has happened.
Yes.
A lot.
A lot. So I'm single
Yes.
again. So that's great. I've honestly like found myself way more than when I was tied down to somebody that wasn't letting me flourish.
Totally.
So now I can like finally kind of be myself and focus on what I need to do for my career. It's super exciting. I love kind of being my own person again.
No, totally.
It's been great.
I feel like you were in a relationship that was very public.
It was super public.
Very public.
Extremely. And I feel like it was something that was public and then blew up so fast. So it was like overnight. It felt like you
Right.
guys were everywhere on podcasts, on different Snapchat series, things of that nature. And so it was like, what was that like? Being in a relationship that was so publicized.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely realized why Brittany shaved her head
Okay,
and
perfect.
hit the car with the umbrella. Like
Yeah.
I completely get that now. But no, in retrospect, like it really did happen overnight, and we kind of just woke up to everything happening all at once.
Yeah.
And it was definitely like trying to navigate like what we do next and kind of like appeasing the audience, even though like our relationship wasn't the greatest. We were kind of doing it at that point for like the viewers, just to kind of like give more hope, and it kind of gave us hope in a way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, compatibility wise, it just wasn't what we were. But everything kind of happened really fast. Like we did the Love Don't Judge show first, and that kind of was on, I think that was on YouTube and Snapchat.
I remember
That
seeing it on Snapchat. And I was like,
It was
oh my God,
everywhere.
I like know
Everybody
these
was
people.
texting me
Yeah.
in the morning. Like I thought a nude leaked, or something.
Girl, leaked.
Leaked.
They're posted
I
all
mean,
over the internet.
all over the internet.
Right.
Everybody was like, check Snapchat, and I was just
okay.
like, I have no idea what's going on. So I saw it, and it was kind of like one of those moments, like, holy shit, like everybody's seeing this. I didn't realize how like vast or like how like far it reached, like
Right.
over in Europe. Love Don't Judge, I think, is like a UK based show.
I know a couple girls that have been on it
Yeah.
that were in the UK. Yeah.
Right. So it was really big over there. So we had a big following from England.
Yeah.
And then as well as over here in the US, it was just wild. And then obviously the No Jumper podcast.
Yeah, I feel like that really like solidified a different demographic because
Yes.
like, I've talked
Pushing
to
against the grain.
100%.
Yeah.
And I have friends that aren't in the industry and are very like vanilla.
Right.
And their boyfriends that aren't really big into social media like know who you and know who
Right.
him are and
Yeah.
have brought you up to me. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you guys like know who she is? And they're like, yeah, like No
It's
Jumper. So
kind of scary sometimes. Like
No.
I've been,
Yeah.
or like, like you were saying, either recognized.
oh yeah, like girl, we've been walking into like bars. We've been
Yes.
in the casinos and stuff and
Yes.
people are stopping you.
Yeah.
Is that like scary to you, like being a trans woman? Like, oh my God, all these people know that. So where I go,
Right.
all of these men, which isn't like a demo that typically would be supportive necessarily.
Of course.
Like now know who you
Yeah,
are.
I think, for all trans women, it's scary. Just if somebody, especially in the industry,
Yeah.
our names are out there.
Yeah.
So we don't really know who's kind of watching our stuff, if somebody's kind of just lurking.
Yeah.
And in a relationship, I definitely felt safer going out more because
Yeah.
now it's like if I'm recognized, it's kind of just me. So,
Yeah.
you know, I just obviously now I go out with like big groups of people and stuff like that. But even then, it could still happen. So it's really just kind of watching your surroundings. I mean, it's kind of like so cliche saying, but you never know, like if somebody is going to be where you're at.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, you know, taking steps to post, you know, once you leave a place, I think we're all pretty good at that. We don't post something right when we're there. Like at dinner, we post, we like move on to the next place and we're gone.
Yeah, totally.
We're busy boots.
busy boots.
We're,
Yeah.
you know, we're,
You
so
don't get
I
those
just,
strangers showing up. you
yeah,
know?
stranger danger, honey.
Yeah.
Can't have that. I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
but-
I guess it was probably easier for you too, like having a partner who
Yeah.
like could not necessarily protect you, but maybe like take charge if something like were to happen and you just like
Yeah.
feel safer.
He was a
Yeah.
little
in
wild
a group.
boots, so I feel like he would take charge. He would,
It
he
was,
would
for sure.
go
and
crazy.
I already knew that, like, if I went out with, you know, my ex, it was fine.
Yeah.
But, you know, still, I don't know. Like, we were in a situation, you know, and just certain stuff was scary. So,
Yeah.
even that, like, traveling wise, like, it's
Yeah.
just something that you have to be, you know, very cautious of, you know, in this day and age, especially with, you know, who we are.
Totally.
100%. So I feel like you had touched on the fact that, like, as you guys were blowing up, do you feel like that kept you guys together longer than it would have had you guys not had that exposure and that sort of following? Like,
That's a good question.
like, do you feel like you would have hopped out of the relationship sooner?
Definitely.
Okay. That's something I've always been curious about.
Yeah, I think it was more so of doing it for kind of the people, and it just like, you know, I didn't want to base my life on a lie, and like so everything about our relationship was, you know, molded towards kind of what he wanted and not what I wanted in portraying our life in a truthful way.
Yeah.
So it was something that my engagement was definitely like it kind of just happened like very fast. My engagement happened in January, and that was, I believe, like right after the No Jumper.
Yeah.
So everything was just happening, and I didn't really have a second to like breathe.
Yeah.
And even my parents didn't know that I was engaged until they saw it like online.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
yeah. So
Oh,
it was
crazy.
it happened, and I was kind of put in a situation where I was kind of like forced to post
Yeah.
stuff that I didn't want to do.
Yeah, you wanted to like keep some things
Yeah,
private.
yeah,
and then
exactly.
You
And
felt
that-
like, oh, like we need the clout, or do you feel like he played a part in like
That was more so
like you
yeah.
should post this?
Right. He was like more so driven on the fame, and I was more so driven on like the message. And it was like kind of like every time I would talk, it would get like cut off, or
Yeah.
like he would over explain with like certain stuff. And so like I just kind of learned, there were a couple like episodes on certain like podcasts that like, I don't know, people have noticed that like I just was like so disassociated. Because
100%.
I was just like letting him talk, and I was like, you know, I like lost my voice. And not the
Yeah.
good kind, like, you know, Ariel.
No.
you know, like, but she's got her legs back.
No, you do. And I
know?
feel like it's so cool to see you go through that sort of like public breakup, which obviously sucked, but I can like firsthand
We've
see
known
you.
each other for so long.
Right. I've seen
Yeah.
you develop back into that kind of like, this is such a cliche thing. And it's like, I literally hate saying it, but like a boss bitch that like can like run her own shit
Yeah,
again and like
I
has your
lost-
voice. You
yeah.
can talk for yourself. You can do the
Yeah.
things you want to do. And it's, you know, you can be successful without that.
Right,
And
right,
it's a
absolutely.
reminder of that. Because you
And
were
I
successful
was-
before.
Exactly. I
and-
was already Cassidy Cauley before.
Yes.
And, you know, and for also anybody else out there too, like it's like, you know, people, it is, again, cliche, like everything isn't what it seems on social media.
Right.
And a lot of people,
Quick reminder, it's not always what it seems.
it's not always what it seems.
Yeah.
Hear that? Segueing off of that, I remember like, okay, because I was following your guys' story for a while, obviously, and like all the breakup posts and all that came like as you were breaking up, you posted afterwards.
Yes.
But I remember watching your, I think it was Jubilee.
Oh my God, the lie
episode.
detector.
The lie
honey,
detector.
that
And I
That was,
remember
we watched that in Vegas.
We watched it together.
It was
rough.
everything was
the
happening.
cracks were like showing, and
Yes.
you guys were being like honest and transparent about that. And I remember just being like, are they like happy?
No,
'Cause,
I thought it was a
didn't
gag
seem
for a
like
second.
it.
Like, I
A
thought...
lot of people were like kind of just taken aback by his answers.
Yes, I thought you were trolling. Like,
Yeah,
a little. I was like, is this a
no,
meme?
it was actually like our answers.
Yeah.
To stuff. And
Yeah.
like we were hooked up to
That's
the
what it
lie
felt
detector.
like. It felt
So-
like you were being so honest, but like a lot of that
Yeah.
isn't what you want to hear from your partner.
Exactly. And that one kind of was like solidified it for me. I was like, oh, like, okay. And watching it back
Yeah.
was like so mental for me.
Yeah.
Like beyond. Like
Was
it
it
was
like painful? Like
it
just
was
difficult?
more so like numbing. Like it was
Yeah.
like kind of like, okay, like that's how I see it from this standpoint now. Like while I was like filming it, I was like, okay, I wasn't really seeing it for what it was.
Yeah.
But I had already kind of planted those questions because I already wanted to know,
Yeah.
you know, about how he saw me, about how he treated me. So, yeah, that really did it for us. And then
yeah.
it was just turmoil, like after
100%.
our whole relationship. You know, and this isn't bashing him because I always wanted the best for him.
100%.
I still do,
Yeah.
you know, but it wasn't for me. And that's
Yeah.
okay.
No, it's
That's,
absolutely
you know, completely
okay.
okay. And people came at me online. I got so much hate.
A lot. And I was with you
lot.
for a
Yeah,
good
a
chunk
lot.
of that.
In part, though, because of everything that was being posted.
That he
I
was
remember
saying
seeing
about me.
both sides,
sides.
obviously, but I remember being like, why is this being posted?
Yeah.
Like certain things, and I was like,
Very like malicious.
it was very like
Yeah.
I'm taking her down.
Yeah.
Like
and that's
I'm
what
like
it was.
Yeah.
He,
it was
you know,
vindictive.
extorted my family for money. You know, going through all the people that like, you know, I cared about and like just saying all of these really, really hurtful things that, you know, even if we had, you know, relationship problems, you don't bring up whatever happened. Like, you know, there's
Yeah,
certain
because you both lose.
yeah, exactly. And like I just learned to stay quiet when he was posting about everything. And I was like, you know what? Like he's, you know, somebody that will always have the last say. So there's really
wasn't
no
worth
point
it.
arguing. So
You've been
Yeah.
incredibly strong. I feel like
Thank you.
I've seen was there for a lot of it and it was really rough.
Yeah.
And you handled everything really well with grace. And it's nice to see that you've like healed.
fully
You've gone
moved across
through
the
it.
country.
Moved across the country. You've done so many exciting things. And I feel like now it's just like a new era. You can come, like
Yes.
speak a little bit of your truth and just
Yeah.
show like
Yeah.
who Cassidy Cauley is now.
Right. And that's the thing is
And
'cause-
just like a quick little reminder. Like she's
know.
that bitch, she's back and she's ready.
in terrorizing Vegas.
Of course.
So.
One day at a
She's
time,
been tearing
honey.
it up.
I know,
She
it's very much
tears
that.
it up,
Tears
girl.
it up.
She
No, what was it, like 2-3 weeks ago? We were out until like 7 in the morning.
Oh,
Honey,
yes,
it was
doing
it was
something.
like 9 a.m. and I
hit
had to
off
come.
I
I
had
had
to
to
come-
Omnia pool
coming,
party.
I had to come grab you two. I was like, it's time to skedaddle.
We were like, no.
Which is rare because I feel like I'm normally the one that's like, I have to go.
We
No,
were like,
literally, this
we
time
don't
it
want
was
to go.
Bella. Yeah.
She was over it.
The pool was
like-
so warm.
It was so warm.
Yeah, and then I started to see the sun coming up, and I said, "Ooh, I think it's time we should leave." And they were just floating around like little mermaids. They were literally playing mermaids.
Swimming
in the
on and
pool.
off Jennifer's body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let's leave.
feeling our
But
oats.
terrorizing Vegas
Yeah.
whenever we're together. For
Oh,
sure, of
exactly.
course.
And I think that's the fun part.
That's what you're getting back to.
exactly. Is
With no one telling you
how to
what you
live
can
my
do,
life.
who you can do.
And like
Yeah.
with good people,
Right,
Like people
exactly.
that care and like don't control you.
And and I think with that being said too, like it's like, you know, in the industry as well, I don't think I'd ever date in the industry again.
me either.
I don't think I would.
Could never do it.
we were
No.
just talking about
I
this
don't.
last
I really,
night.
honestly, I think that was like the final. Like that was, I think, the one and only. And I was like, you know what? Like, I need somebody that has like no Instagram.
But you know what?
Literally.
He didn't in the beginning.
No.
But you didn't know because you've never dated someone to that level so
Yes.
publicly. So you like brought him into this world.
Exactly.
And then it got to his head.
Yes.
So I think it's important.
I was like, I created a monster.
No, literally. No,
created
I
a
remember
monster.
seeing it unfold because I followed Cassidy from afar from
He was a plumber for
FetLife
16 years.
on FetLife, and then you started introducing this guy, and I was like, oh, she's like dating someone now,
Yeah.
and then you like moved in, and
I like
then
made him all the accounts and everything. I was like,
and then he got an Instagram,
Yes.
and everyone I feel like initially like loved him because he was
The
so
message.
outspoken
Supportive.
about
Right.
being proud to be with
and
a
then it
trans
almost
woman.
got kind of too much.
no, it's like
Yeah.
Well,
it's giving
It was
egg.
giving
It was giving
egg, and we've all talked about this.
giving egg. And I don't know what else to say. But like that's here nor there. You don't have to speak on it, but that's just
Can you explain what egg is to
To
some
the
of the viewers
viewers.
who don't know?
I guess basically like a cis man that like wants to be a trans woman, but like
Yeah.
it just hasn't come out of their shell yet.
right.
It was giving very that just
The egg
things
was
that
cracking.
you
The egg was
would
cracking.
say that he would do.
Right.
No, but even just like when you're overly supportive like that, it's like, what message are you trying to prove? Like, because the message has been proved, the message has been said, and my ex thought the exact same way.
Right.
And he would say that and like owned up to it, but it wasn't so like this is like I need everyone to like believe this. It was like you're
It was
doing a
almost
little
like an
too much.
interjection. He would
Yeah.
It was like an
interject
overcorrection.
over
It's
people.
either
Yeah.
that and or like a little bit of like narcissism at
Oh,
play.
100%.
Because it was giving like,
100%.
you know, shirtless. If you're like shirtless,
Oh, all
like
the
walking
time.
down the street every single day.
all the time in the middle of LA.
It was like, oh, and I
Down
remember reading the
Melrose.
comments, and I remember people
Down
were saying
Melrose,
what I was
bitch.
thinking, and I was like, okay, thank God people are seeing this too.
Yeah.
Like, this is a little like
Everybody
wackadoo.
was seeing it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I
would be so embarrassed.
was.
literally.
Yeah, I
So
was.
embarrassed.
I really was.
No, and that's why, like, I think you're even like stronger.
It's
It's like
funny
because
'cause I
the
bounced
secondhand
back.
embarrassment would literally like kill
No,
me.
seeing it, and like honestly too, it's like at first, like you know, every trans woman wants the love and support, but like
Yes.
stay on the support, stay on the sideline. Let me focus on my work, and
Yes.
be there for me. Take care of me when I'm done or whatever. But it's like when you're taking over my photo shoots and telling the makeup artists what to do and like what to. No, we're not going to do that.
No.
No.
So, okay, so you wouldn't date in the industry. So you just
No.
want like a
Just a
normal,
normal,
yeah.
obviously somebody that is,
Wholesome
wholesome
man.
man, somebody taller than me.
I feel like that's easy for you, you lucky bitch, honestly.
yeah, but the last one wasn't.
The
honey.
last one,
Wait,
He was short
he
boobs.
was me.
but he was taller than you, wasn't he?
He was only like an inch taller than me.
Yeah, not in
but
heels.
once I put on
Oh,
heels,
right.
girl, I had to step down to get eye level
Right.
with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was like
So,
most of life. So it's
You
fine.
know, literally, I was like, you know what? I was just, I think I was just bored, and then I accidentally manifested something really terrible happening. Like,
Live and learn.
no, I literally was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like in it again. I was like, oh shit. I was like, what did I do? I was like, these crystals.
Like, I'm in too
fucked
deep.
me,
In too
literally,
deep.
like fucked me, like.
Yeah.
So
So,
yeah,
off the topic of him,
right.
gave enough. You know,
we gave him enough.
we gave enough. We got some of the tea.
Oh, there was like one.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So sorry.
She wants the bowl of stripes.
Because like honestly, we're going for the turkey.
The turkey.
Um,
the
okay,
turkey.
okay.
No, so what I wanted to ask, which I don't know if you've actually talked about yet,
Oh.
but
Was it on the question
The-
list? Should
right.
we talk to her manager?
the
Tell me.
girl who he replaced you with.
Oh.
I can't believe like that. Anyway,
Right.
I brought it up.
Right. I'm not even gonna say anything about her because who is she? She's a nobody.
I mean, I didn't know about her until.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still is and still is gonna be.
And
that's-
has all like contact been broken off with
Oh,
both parties?
Of course.
Of course.
Literally everything.
Like both ways?
Both. Like I was like I blocked both of them. I put a restraining order.
Nope.
Please
Wait.
beep the name.
Yeah.
Redact that.
We're take that out.
yeah.
Yeah, so I put a restraining order on him. And you know what? Like, they're just perfect for each other.
You know what?
think
If
so.
they're
That's the perfect
happy,
thing to
let them
say.
live in their.
I think they're
live in their
perfect for each
world.
other. I think they can really learn a lot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So perfect.
And what's that saying? Like how the person like leaves their previous relationship
Oh,
is
it
like
was the next
how the
day.
relationship's gonna end.
It was the next day.
You know, like once a cheater, always a cheater kind of vibes.
Yeah.
I needed to hear
And
that.
We'll see.
Okay.
Or like
Yeah.
if you're a homie hopper,
back in-
like might happen
Literally.
again. I don't know.
She's gonna run out of homies.
I don't know her,
Okay.
but I don't like what obviously she did to
Right.
you because that's
Yeah.
just not okay. Like I
Yeah.
would never do that to Bella and vice versa.
Oh my God, I
She
literally
would never do
would-
that to you. I would never do that to
It's
you.
no. literally,
Of course.
like-
it's a sisterhood.
Right. And, you know, she just, you know, didn't have it in her. And I don't think she ever will. And that's it.
That's it. So, how's the new life in Vegas been? Obviously, you're terrorizing Vegas, but like,
Yes.
let's talk about some of the amazing things you've done since restarted your life.
Just, I mean, being by myself again. The quietness in my place is so nice. I don't hear like, you know, somebody screaming over the phone every single day.
Yeah.
You know, I have my dog. I drove like 4 days. Like it was so crazy. It happened very, very quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if I had a second to like stop and like think about what was happening,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. And I probably would have gone back,
Right.
you know, because initially, like, I was going back and forth and I was here in June
Yeah.
and then July and I ended up here still in August.
August,
like,
honey.
No, we were here. We were here.
Yeah, I like came to Vegas
Yep.
because I
I'm
had to
still
come
here.
to Vegas after my breakup, and we both were going
Yeah.
through a breakup at the same time.
right.
And you
I
were
didn't
out.
know that at the time. And I was like, what?
Yeah, because I kept mine
Right.
I kept
Mine
mine
was
down
just
low.
blasted.
Hers was blasted. I called her. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come
Yeah.
to Vegas. Are you still there?" She's like, "Yeah, I've been here for 6 weeks." I was like, "Okay, perfect. I'm coming." And then I was like, "Yeah, I'm going through a breakup." And she was like, "Wait, you are?" I said, "Yeah, we broke up like a month ago." She was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah, I
was
didn't
like-
know. I was like, "Yeah, babes, because mine is not like plastered all over."
Yeah, yours is like the blueprint of like what to do, and
And
yours was
mine
like
was just
what
like
not to do.
literally like over the hedge.
No,
like
it was like I was like on Sylvia or something, like watching it unfold. Like
it was very like Jerry Springer.
very,
Very.
bad. Yeah.
If
Very-
that was still on, like
That
you,
would have
you,
been
and
it.
you guys
That
would have been on
been
there.
it.
Is
That
it
would
still
have
on? No,
I don't know.
Is he alive?
I don't know.
We should.
He's oh,
Yeah.
he's not.
Oh, he's not.
Sorry.
Rest in peace.
Gagged.
Rest in peace, Joie.
No, so she's out here like living, and then it
Yes.
was like I came out here, and you're like, "Yeah, I just got a place." I was like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what? I thought you were just
Yep.
out here for the summer." She's
Yeah.
like, "Nope, I'm moving."
It
I was like,
happened
"Oh,
literally.
okay.
I was staying on the strip and I was like, I need to get a place. I need to get one fast. So I went and the first place I saw the next day. And I was like, you know, just like I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew
Yeah.
that the steps I was taking were eventually gonna like make sense.
Yeah.
And it was like really scary because I was like I felt like on my own at that point. Like, yeah, I had like, you know, sisters around me, but I was like,
different.
nobody really knows kind of like what I was going through. Like, you know, I was just up in those big suites like by myself.
Oh
just,
my God.
You know, running amok in these, you know, casinos.
I will never
You,
forget.
you like needed that.
There was this day we were in Vegas. I had a room. She had a room. Then her room, like she got a different. We were like bebopping all around this
Yes.
hotel, like switching
Yes.
rooms. She goes, "Come up to my room." I come up. It's like this big suite. There's
had
like a
a gym
gym
in it.
inside of it. There's like multiple bathrooms. I was like, "Cassidy, what is this?" I was like, "Where are we?" I was like, it was
a
so
lot.
extra. And then we were in the suite for like 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, we were
Yep. And then
all
it was
around
just
town.
everywhere. And
Yeah.
I think that kind of like, I didn't really understand why I was being like almost like drawn to Vegas. Like my experiences over the summer was so fun. And I was just, I mean, I was surrounded by love, but it was like, I was still so like kind of like not there.
Right.
That it was like, you know, I was still trying to have fun. And so I remember this time I was out on the Lake Mead, and it was like that moment. And I heard this song. I can't remember what it was called, but if I like looked it up, but
Sing it for
I
us.
was, yeah.
Beautiful.
Sing for your lip sync for your life.
Sing for me, Paulo.
Oh my god, you know, I'm back in Italy, but No, but I like was on the lake and like I was on a boat and I was obviously
She's just swimming in the middle of a lake.
in the middle of Lake Mead, swimming towards
Jennifer's
Hoover
body's
Dam.
fine. Yes.
I was trying to dam it up. I was like, maybe I'll fit.
She was steaming.
Right. And I just like had this moment. And it was so beautiful, the sun setting behind the mountains. And it was like, this is where I need to be. And, you know, the level of like, if you believe in something, it'll happen. Like,
manifestation.
Yeah. Like, and I just was like, all right, this is what I need to do. And I was setting up my movers still in Vegas. Like, you know, I was pretty much updating everybody what I was doing, but in a way where nobody knew what I was doing. So, you know, I was really more so close with my it was like family and then obviously like y'all like inner circle. And so I made that move and it's been so great. I mean, it's getting to know like more people here as well has been, I think for myself, I've moved around a lot in my life. So I've always kind of like, I can just make friends, which is something that I'm very, very lucky for, but also like I can be a little too trusting sometimes. So she has to work on that.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's been great. It's been absolutely phenomenal.
I love
That's great.
it.
I'm so happy to hear that, honestly, because like you do seem like you're in such a better place, and like even when like you moved here and Bella went out to like visit you, I remember like seeing your guys' like stories and like all that you'd post and you'd be like, oh, like this fancy restaurant, and then like you'd get in like, you know, your drivers.
Yes.
Like, what is it? What kind of car does it have?
A personal Escalade.
Yeah.
An Escalade, and you were
Yes.
playing like manic, like Charlie XCX, and I remember being like,
Driving around,
where are you and
yes.
what are you doing in
Yep.
Kennecott?
I'm like, oh no, we're like going to an afters, and then we're like at an afters, and then it's like,
Afters,
oh, now another
afters,
one, and then we're
and
like
then-
in the hotel, and then we're in the casino, and then we're like,
so cute.
it was a moment.
I don't trust Ubers. I just sometimes, you know, and I got very lucky with, I think, moving here too. Like, I've always kind of found a driver anywhere. Like in Florida, I had a driver. But here it was like, okay, like, you know, it was obviously like Vegas. Like, I'm like, oh shit, like mama needs to be a little careful out here.
Yeah.
So,
She's a little girl.
Yes, yes, she can be taken real easily. I think I get kidnapped a lot
Oh.
in my head. We remember that.
She terrorizes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, it's been awesome. I just have learned a lot in the past, like I want to say like 4 or 5 months,
Yeah.
even. Just it's kind of like all kind of coming back to me now.
Celine Dion.
It's you know.
Oh my God.
That was his favorite artist.
Really?
Wait.
Honestly, that's so egg.
Right?
Literally.
No,
like,
because
love
like it
Celine.
was like tier with the waterworks.
Oh.
Would he be like, thank
Yes. No, like literally like so. No, but I just you know, I'm excited to like be out in that even though I'm banned from all the dating apps. I have to like
Same.
I have to like go out and about and like go on the prowl. So
that's the best
Which
way to
you're
meet
really
someone.
good
Right.
at. You're
Right.
so,
You're so
good at
extroverted.
that.
I'm
like,
just very
Fully.
can go out and I can just I don't know, I could talk to a paper napkin if I wanted to.
no, you could.
I could.
You
and I have.
absolutely could.
We like look over. She's just talking to herself.
That's,
Like, okay.
That's literally not like anything crazy though. I always do that.
Right.
I always talk to myself.
Yeah.
I get like Ramona eyes.
True.
Oh,
Ramona Singer from
Real Housewives.
Real
Yeah.
Housewives of New York.
I'm just like, hey,
Yeah. We're like, oh, Cassidy's
where are we
being-
going?
Obsessed.
So, career-wise,
Career
you've
wise.
been mainly, you know, gallivanting all around, obviously, different socials.
Yes.
Podcast queen. Loves that. Snapchat queen. Amazing. Mainly OF.
Yes. And
Okay, so what is that like? Do we have any moves, different steps we want to take? Are we doing mainstream? Are we not?
we
What's the tea?
are thinking about doing mainstream.
Okay.
She's going to have her first debut sometime. I don't can't say.
I can't say with
Can't
you yet.
say, but you know, I think that's something that I've always kind of wanted to dive into at a certain point. But I've been exclusively OnlyFans right now, and I've been doing that for the past like 4 years, almost like fully. And that's just like really given me the opportunity to really flourish and like be my own self. And like at the time I wanted to spend more time with my family, even though I was like doing work behind the scenes and stuff like that. It allowed me to make my moves.
Yeah.
It allowed me to, you know, get a great vehicle that I can, you know, take my dog and go anywhere I want to with. So it's definitely 2025. I think
It's your year.
it's gonna be the year because 5 is my lucky number. So because I was born on October 5th.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
But no, I
84 years ago.
84 years ago.
84 years.
Old hag.
Yeah.
No, but I definitely have been thinking about certain different like passive income things. What I can be doing to still make different avenues of income while I'm not even like focusing on that.
Yeah.
So I think something also I want to start is, you know, more YouTubing. I think that, I mean, I remember when I was like 14 or 15, I started YouTube and I was just doing like really random shit and whatever, but like it was fun for me.
Yeah.
And I think that would kind of like solidify my own thoughts and my own progress because sometimes I forget what I've accomplished because everything's kind of happened so fast that I haven't really taken a second to like think about like, you know, I've been on like centerfold of New York Post. You know, I've done some smaller magazine stuff and like editorial and just like, you know, whatever. But I don't think I've really like, I'm like, oh, pat on the back, like whatever.
You just keep going.
Yeah. And that's kind of like what I've always done is like, you know, either when I'm hurt, I work harder or spend more.
Manic spending.
Manic spending.
We're all guilty.
You know,
Really bad,
it
yeah.
happens every other day.
Yeah, some more than others.
Yeah, you know, you split the manic into the 5 days of the week, and then M for Monday.
Manic Monday.
No,
Any day that
literally.
ends in Y.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
Oh my god.
I was like, what was the question?
No, you've accomplished a lot. I feel like because for people that don't know, me and Cassidy go way back.
Yes.
Like,
Yes, tell the lore of how you two met.
Yes.
We were just
We were just two little baby. We'll bleep that.
Yeah.
And we met in the tundras of New York.
New York. We grew up like 45
We met
minutes
in the
away.
snowbanks.
Yeah. Like an hour away from each other.
An hour away from each
Yeah.
other, and we actually knew we had
We knew like the same
the
guy.
same guy.
Yes.
That
He's gonna watch this and be obsessed.
I know.
He still follows. He still be
Hi.
lurking. Yes, he does.
Miss us.
He does. He messages me all the time. So sweet.
I hope he's doing good.
I know. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Want to know.
But yeah, so that's how we met. And then I think we just got each other's Instagrams and we were kind of like, who is this bitch?
No, I was so jealous of her because she transitioned so early.
Yeah.
And you were a petite little blonde bitch. And I was like, ooh. And I was still so bricky. I was like, so bricky. And I was like,
My hair had already like reached shoulder length. Like,
and I was like clipping in
Clip-wise.
extensions in my little buzz cut. Like, babe.
Like, not the buzz cut extension.
Like, it was
not
bad.
Andy from Toy Story.
Literally me.
Wait, is that
No,
what's
the
the
one
Angelica from Rugrats?
I'm
Wait, what was her doll's
Cynthia.
name?
Cynthia.
Yeah.
I'm literally Cynthia.
Was that you?
That was me over the summer,
No, literally.
running around Vegas.
If someone did
If the
take away
slipper fits.
the buzzer.
Oh,
There was a couple moments
there
where I
was
was like,
a couple
I was
moments.
like, hey, babe, maybe we should go to bed.
Yeah, maybe I should.
Yeah.
And I was like, maybe I shouldn't.
And
I
then
was
we're like, maybe we
there's-
shouldn't.
Maybe we shouldn't.
We're like, shot?
Shot?
Yeah.
Right.
Estrogen shot?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, so we go like way back.
Way
and then
back.
we just kind of like kept in touch. And I went on like,
Scary.
She's a magician.
We're shutting. Sorry.
no, I went on like a different journey. Like
Yeah.
I like wasn't in the industry at all. And like
Yeah.
you were. And then we kind
Because
of
I
like,
think I was just on I was just doing like
Instagram.
Just kind
Yeah.
of. I've been on Instagram for probably over like, I want to say over like 10 years now. just kind of, or just like social media
Yeah.
wise. And that's been really, really cool. Obviously, we've met so many amazing people, and
Yes.
thank God for COVID too, because I feel like that really pushed the industry in a way where, I mean, everything's on our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we kind of had to become, you know, obviously our own entrepreneurism.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
We
It
can
is
make
now.
it one.
We can.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurism.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. And then we just like met up more in the industry. And then you moved
Yep.
to Florida. I was in Florida. It was like
Yep.
such a moment. And then it
Well,
was
we
like,
kept trying to hang out the
Yes.
whole time I was in Florida.
even before that, like when you were in Texas.
Yep.
We were trying to like get together and do stuff.
There was always just
And
a branch in the road.
yes.
A big
A
old
big shirtless branch.
A big shirtless branch that wouldn't
Yes.
wouldn't move, wouldn't budge.
Yeah. And then it just like, then we just got super close over the past
Yeah.
like year.
Yeah.
And it was
And
like
I think-
crazy because it's so cool to see both of us like now in the same space
Mm-hmm.
flourish, but we both know in our hearts like where we came from.
Right.
And what those experiences were like because
Oh
we
my
share so many of the
God.
same in that
Yeah.
area and that time.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
The
I
time
love
frame
that.
of
She's so
it.
cute.
yeah.
That you
Because
guys
it
met
is
like
Literally
when you were like at your beginning.
that really was like
Yeah.
New York was my beginning, and then after, because that's where I started OnlyFans was in New York. After I was working at a salon for like 3 years, and
Wait,
then
so
I
both of you worked at?
I never worked at a salon. I just went to hair school.
Oh,
okay,
everyone's
yeah,
like a
I went
hair
to hair.
girl.
Yeah, I went to hair school, and then I ended up just like assisting at a salon for like 3 years, and then I was doing what's it called, like med spa, like I was a receptionist.
Okay.
You know, but I only worked like 3 days a week, like 4-hour shifts on the computer, and I was very Tyra Banks, you know,
Clicking and clacking on your keyboard?
like
Yeah.
giving just like.
I can
I was a
kinda see that,
receptionist
actually.
too.
Yeah, I think, you know, we all just start out, you know.
No, it was kind of fun.
I
You
know-
felt like so important.
I know, being at the front foremost of like the building.
Oh, he's busy.
Hi, sorry.
We can schedule you in
She
later.
can't take you right now. You can go have a seat.
Have a seat. I'll call you when they're ready.
Coffee or water? No? Okay. But yeah, and so then after that, I always knew that there was something like more for, you know, me. And I think we've all kind of like had that pivotal moment, like, okay, like I'm going to make an OnlyFans. And it was kind of like,
We all had that moment
When
where
your
all had
bank
that moment,
account
like,
is empty.
no, when
I
you're
was
usually
like,
when
I
that
need to do
happens.
something.
I'm broke, I'm scared, I'm like, I need
Yeah.
help. Yeah.
Like, Mom, can you pick me up? I'm scared.
I'm just gonna be naked on the internet. I love it.
Yeah, it was
Really.
just, and I always kind of knew I would be in some form of social media eye. If it's behind a camera, nude, doing what I want, then that's gonna be what I want.
And it's worked out well.
And it's worked
so-
out very well
Quite
for all of
nicely.
us.
Quite
Quite
nice.
nicely,
Yeah.
quite flourished.
Of our entrepreneurism.
Entrepreneurism. Wow,
Sorry,
that's
love
a
that.
Word
that's
of
a
the
titty
day.
twister. I think the viewers are gonna really enjoy seeing
A little kiki.
a little kiki, yeah, and
But like more emotional. It's real
it's-
life, you know?
It is, and like that's the thing too. Like it can be all laughs and like whatever, but like it's like this shit like really did go down. So it
100%.
it is like, you know, this is like, you know, the first time that I've ever like talked about
For sure.
everything. So it is, you know, definitely there's that hesitation, but also like that like I'm, you know, just moved on.
No, 100%.
I've just completely
And I feel like it's representative of like what you had said earlier too.
Right.
That like not everything you see on social media is like 100% accurate
Yeah.
or true. And it's like we can share our most
just our
the
best
most
moments.
authentic selves that we can, but like like
Yeah.
Leah said, like we're running around Vegas, we're posting all this stuff, we're at a nice steakhouse, we got enough food for like a family of 6 and we're posting it and like having a good time and partying, but it's like you're healing
don't
from a
see the
breakup.
heartbreak
I'm healing
behind
from
it.
a
Yes.
breakup. Like,
Yeah.
you know, there's moments after that where like we're in a hotel room and we're like so emotional together.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's like we're not gonna like film
Yeah,
ourselves
because like
crying.
if you did post
Ew.
that, like that'd be really weird.
yeah. So it's like you can see
You'd be
so
like,
much.
take that down. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
No, I'd be like so embarrassed.
Yeah, and it's like I honestly like I always wanted to keep a positive vibe with my Instagram. So if I started posting all this, you know, I don't need anyone, Baker acting me or something, or
100%.
even though everybody almost did, but it definitely.
She Baker acted herself.
Yes.
Not really,
She's
but like.
reformed. We're working.
She's working on it.
Yeah. And I think just like, I have to do that by myself. I think all of us, each individual person in the world has, things that they want to better themselves and, with or without somebody in their life. And so, I think also too, like, I mean, I'm glad I'm banned from all the dating sites because like I was such a residual like relationship hopper. Like I would just get out of one, get in another and be like, take me home. Yeah. Like, I'd be like, okay, I'm ready to move in. And so
you're saying this and you're looking at me and so are you, bitch?
I'm like,
it was side eye.
No, it was massive side eye from both of you.
This is the longest time I've not been in a relationship for almost 5 months.
No, it's actually crazy how it's been that long.
It is. Because
it feels like it's like flown by.
I know. Since June.
Because it was like the dead of summer.
The dead of summer.
Whatever it's called. It was in the middle of summer. Midsummer. And you're blonde. And she went to Sweden.
Oh my God.
But actually, it was like there, and now it's like cold here. Like,
yeah. It was.
No, for sure. I think it's
cute
good.
to be single and healed during summer.
And there's like,
this
honestly,
upcoming year.
There's like so many people just to explore in me. And, I'm just over, like, I'm like over it. I'm like, I'm done healing.
So are you dating? Yeah. Like, are you seeing people? Are you going out on dates? Are you like seeing what's going on out in the world?
Every day of the week.
Okay. So let's get it. What's been the best date and what's been the worst date? Let's hear it. You don't have to say names, obviously.
Right.
No one's going to know who they are because they're
date,
normies.
The worst date was when I got invited to go out to dinner and that person forgot their credit card. And so I had to pay. They forgot it. And I didn't even get laid after it.
Oh.
That's a double whammy.
Double whammy.
You get the bill.
Get the bill.
Nothing.
Hello.
He's there.
I get it.
He's there. Oh, I forgot my credit card. Oh, did you? That's crazy. I'll pay for mine and I gotta go.
Right. Let's just split it. Oh, you can't pay for yours? Oh, that's sorry. Oh, actually, no. I take that back. The worst date was when I got a tour of this person's house and I went into their backyard and they had like a farm basically of like animals. And like I'm in like red bottoms, right? So I'm like walking around the back and he was so hot. So I was like all about it, I was just getting dates here, over the summer. So I went around back. He's like showing me there's like a chicken coop. So I like get into it.
But did he like want you to?
Well, no, I was like, I started like going through the door and I'm just like, oh my God, it's like so cute in here. And then I like realized, what if he just like slammed the door and I'm like stuck in there? So I like had this like freak out moment.
Thought.
No, like literally I started freaking out. I was like, you're going to kill me. And he's like, I have a track record with thinking people are going to kill me.
No, literally.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like, I was like already on one and I was like, oh my God. So it's like, me running in the dirt in my red bottoms. Like,
you're like
just
running
trying to
away
get
from him.
out of there. Like, so, I mean, we ended up like fucking, but so that was great.
You're like running away.
That.
He's like,
it was really
good.
It was really good. I would definitely.
Why are you running?
I would definitely.
Why are you running?
That was literally me. I would definitely go back and check that out again. The best
just not
date.
red bottoms, maybe.
Maybe not the red bottoms.
Maybe like.
Boots. Busy boots. the base. The
What?
best. The best date. Ugh, I don't think I've been on a best date.
Okay, so the bar is really low here. So men, step up if you're in
Step it
Vegas.
up. No, I think.
Don't hunt her down, but
Step
if you
your
do see
pussies
her,
up.
say hi.
I think I went to Swingers. That was really cute. Like the mini golf.
Oh, I was like, what is that?
Yeah,
was like,
no,
like
not
a swingers?
Swingers.
I was like,
No,
that's the best
no.
date you've been on? Okay.
No, it was honestly really cute. Yeah.
What did you do? Golf?
We swung.
Wait, is it like mini?
It's mini golf.
No, it's this
Okay.
huge mini golf.
golf.
place.
Is it like go in the dark or like outside?
It's like
or
out. It's like kind of like indoor, outdoor. And it's like, I guess like the biggest, like,
Yeah, I saw it. I want to go.
Okay,
You know.
I'm intrigued.
and then also sushi. I'm a big
Okay.
sushi girl. But yeah, I don't think, I mean, I haven't really been like, again, I'm banned from a lot of the dating apps.
Yeah.
So I've kind of just been like focusing like on myself a little
No,
bit,
totally.
even though I get like so like distracted.
No, it's fun to like go out. It's fun to date. It's fun to meet
Yeah.
new people. Even if you go into it with like, you're going into it, just put yourself out there.
Yeah,
Not
and
with the
that's what it-
expectation of a relationship.
Right. Well,
Okay.
I have to learn.
No, we have to address that.
Oh, the elephant in the room?
The elephant in the room.
With-
well, it's not even really like an elephant.
No, it's literally
like,
not.
It's
and
the
no one
journey
else.
in the room.
There's just like overlap between
All
Cassidy
three of
and
us.
I. Well,
I'm on the
yeah, but you've
sidelines.
never like met him.
No, I've never been fucked by him. But like, I mean,
Have you met him in real life?
no, but like almost.
Exactly.
Oh,
But, okay, you're in it, but
right.
like,
I'm involved.
We're in it.
yeah.
It's been in me.
No, but it's been in them. But then once it was in them, I was like, oh well, I don't want it in me.
Yeah.
Well, I
Right.
did, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
No.
Because she's a girl's girl.
I'm a girl's girl, and like what? We like are we
It
gonna set up a
was-
gangbang? Like
Yeah.
what's happening?
No, explain the lore of how you met him, and then I'll go.
It was just one of those nights when I was just sitting alone in my king suite, just like kicking my feet. Who am I gonna go out with tonight? So I'm like swiping on Bumble, and just I'm like,
Before band.
right. So this was over the summer, and so I was like, oh, okay, I can work with this. And then it happened like that night.
So hot, so tall.
Yes,
So
very,
hot, so
very
tall.
tall.
6'7".
6'7",
I think.
6'7", and I'm
Brazilian.
5'6". So, and even in heels, it was giving very much like the height difference I deserve, especially after what I had.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're short. Like, give the tall
No,
one.
literally.
size. Like, you
I-
could
You
do a
felt
solid
small. I
5'10".
finally felt small for the first time in my life with
And
this man.
I was like, oh my God. It was like, I got picked up by this person and I could like see them over like the crowd. And I was like, no fucking way. They weren't lying. And so I was just like living in my female fantasy. Just like, oh my God, like this is amazing. Like
Yeah.
everything that like, I was like, that's it. I was like, I'm done like going out with everybody. Like I'm, you know.
You found the one.
Yeah. Like I was like, this person is it.
Relationship hotbag.
Right. And then that in turn, we went on a few more, and that was the one I ended up paying
Just
for.
joking. Oh, that was the date you paid
That
for.
was the
yeah, yeah,
date
yeah.
I
Oh,
ended up.
that's the
that's
one.
the
That's
one.
him.
Forgot the credit card.
Forgot.
Forgot. Right. And then, yeah, and so then I guess there was one night where I was just like venting to a lot of people about my relationship, and I brought that person up to them. And then they were recording me while I was talking about it and sent it to that other party.
Okay, yes, I'm caught up now.
So, and I did not know that until the next day. And so that's when everything online
Shit hit
happened.
the fan.
Shit hit the fan. Real bad.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, and it's like we were already done at that point. So it wasn't anything for me. I was like, I'm moving on. Like I'm finding a new man. And I thought I found one. I thought I found a real
He
man.
makes a really good first impression.
Yeah, very.
And then it goes downhill like pretty quickly.
Downhill. Oh my God. I felt like Carrie and Big.
No, literally
I
big.
was like very big. Very, very, very big. Like very big. So it was just something that I was like, you know what? And it just got dragged on for like so long, and I wasn't getting anywhere with it. And so I was just over it. And that week when y'all came down, that's how we realized that we had been intertwined the whole time.
We are intertwined by this man.
Our pussies are
because
interlinked.
I had heard of a man that you
Right.
were with. Didn't know the name, didn't know the characteristics.
Yes.
Then I match on Bumble
And you were
with
like,
this 6'7"
Right.
gorgeous man. And
Right.
I was like, oh my God. And like looked like his
You-
pictures and went out on a date to the movies.
Did he pay?
He paid. He paid that time.
Right.
And his car was clean that time.
Oh.
And we like did like some
'Cause
stuff
normally it
in the
has
movie theater.
stuff on
and
it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh. No,
wait.
in the car.
Oh.
Right?
Like, wait.
What?
What are you
We're
talking about?
a clean car or card?
Car.
Oh.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry. It's because like the next 2 times he picked me up, like the second time, it was like.
And mind you, all of these times, I think we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I did not want him over at my house.
Yeah.
This past time.
Yes. Oh yeah, we talked about this at the pool party.
Yes.
Okay, so his car just got like progressively dirtier every time. But the second time
Fell apart.
Yeah. Wait, what? I can't even remember this.
He brought you back to his house.
Which
Yes, he brought me back to his
I've
house,
never known that
which Cassidy was upset about
Unaware.
because she had never been invited to his house. But I was saying, in his defense, I literally didn't have a bed. I didn't have a couch. I didn't have anything.
She had just moved here.
I had just moved here.
For context,
And
it's not
he was
like-
like, can we go back to yours? Like, assuming. And I was like, I don't have furniture. So
Right.
he brought me back to his place. The second time, he had moved into a new place.
Which is crazy
The
because
third time, he moved into a new place. And I was like, not
Which
a
is-
relationship hopper, a house hopper.
Right.
Right, but then simultaneously while this is happening, he's talking to both of you guys.
Both of
but then
us.
also at the same time DMing me.
Right.
Trying to get me to hang out with him too.
Right.
And then it was like weird. It was like the whole thing was just like,
It
and
was
he knew we were all
weird.
friends. So I was
Yes.
like, you don't
And
think
That's
that we
the
don't
crazy
talk.
part.
That
He
was-
knew,
yes.
he knew we were all gross.
We're like
we were-
posting up
yes.
together.
And that was the third time is when
Yes.
you told me that he had hit up both of you guys.
The night before.
That night.
That night
And
when
I didn't
we were
find
at
out
the
until I was
Airbnb.
at his place. And he was like, oh, yeah, I was just talking with Bella and Cassidy. And I was like,
'Cause we knew.
oh, because it was
Yeah.
at 3 a.m.
Oh,
booty
it
call.
was right,
And then the
yes.
next day we hung out.
And we were like, no, we
We're
better.
like, no, we're not going to hang out with him.
Yeah, I was like, because I didn't even want him knowing I was there because I already said I wasn't free.
But then I told him that we were
That
hanging
we were
out.
hanging out, and I was like,
But then I was
but
like,
we
I'm
didn't
not
even
going to
know
fuck him.
that was happening.
No, I was like-
we were all out of the loop, but it was like very like vindictive.
Yes.
Like-
and then that's when we talked at the pool
Yes.
party and you were like kind of getting in your feels about this man. And that's when I was like,
Yep.
oh, this is like, she like likes this guy. Whereas to me, like I always like put him in the category of just like a friends with benefits.
Well, you
kind
do
of.
that with everybody.
I do that with everybody.
no, I'm
But
like, oh my God, they're
she
the
was
one.
actually in her feels and then, asked me like, will you stop seeing him? And I was like, yes.
I was like, well, it was more so like if he reaches out, it was more so
Yeah.
from my own head.
Mm-hmm.
Because
No,
then it was
100%.
like, with any one of us, like if that was
Oh,
to be
100%.
like,
Like,
if
I
that
would never
was
respond to another
your,
DM.
ex, like that wouldn't, So it was
No,
just more
absolutely.
so like, I was like, oh my God, I was finding all of it out in one shot. And so
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And it's just like weird when you mix it with people because it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like he invited you instead of me or vice versa.
Yes.
And then it's just like, it gets in
It's
your
a
head a
mind
little
fuck.
bit.
I also wonder like what other girls that we know that
I
he was
know.
messaging.
So many, I'm
I
sure.
it
So many.
had to have been, but I'm just
Every
wondering.
girl
Well,
in
he's
Vegas.
residually on Bumble, I'm sure.
No,
like
he's
that's
also, like-
But did he delete you off Bumble as soon as he got your number? Because
I
he
don't-
did to me because I was like, oh my God,
I
look at
don't
this
think
man.
so,
and then his
but-
pictures were gone.
He's
I don't
like,
remember, to be honest.
I
don't
feel
know.
like he's one of those guys that like is like a serial dater to
Yes.
like he got a free meal. You know what I mean? Like he
Right.
wants to go to your place and like hang out. Like
Right.
he's like very like
Jumpy.
yeah. I don't know. Like he's like, oh, I'm like don't have money to get a meal, so I'm gonna have this girl come
or
take
like,
me out. Like
Uh-huh.
why?
It's more. He's living in that fantasy of like, and it's like okay, but like you're in your own world with kind of. I think he sees us differently than like
Than a cis woman?
Yeah,
You
like
think?
yeah, and I
No, he's like said that
Yeah.
in person.
Wait, he
What?
said that he see.
Not like sees differently, but like
gagged.
No,
What's-
Welcome to gagged.
what's the word? Just like he says that like
He's just
trans girls are just like more relatable.
that, and then
He's like, you're less mean and like more understanding. And I was like, interesting.
Well,
It's an
I
interesting
mean, we do have like a
perspective.
different perspective because we've seen both sides of things,
right.
But it's like don't
Maybe that's what
categorize
he
us
meant.
differently. But it's like, but I could imagine like, do you think he would show up to a date with a cis girl and not pay?
Right, I don't think so. You
But
know what I
maybe
mean?
he's just like a weird
But
like.
maybe it's
maybe
just
just
because he knew what we did.
Right.
Yes.
And so that was another thing I was thinking, like, okay, so he knows that, you know, he's seen my Instagram, he's seen like, you know, my posts, all of our posts. And so at least you got a free movie.
No, I got a free movie out of it, and I never had to drive. Well, actually, no. The one time I had to like take an Uber.
Yeah.
But he drove me home, I think.
Yeah. I've only been picked up in that little car.
And I want to say, like, his, like, soberness also, like, dwindled with each time. It was, like, first time he was, like, sober. I think at the time he was sober.
It was the first night, it was, like, we went out, and that was with Charlie. Charlie met up with us, and we were already going out on the bars down in Fremont. And so... yeah, that first time was fine. The second time was more, and then more.
The third time I was like, he's like
a great
jaw
clench.
Actually,
he's not here.
Jaw swinging.
Yes.
Swinging jaw, and I got the ick. So I was like already done. And then we saw each other the next day, and then I was like, oh, we're done.
Yeah, and you could tell because like everything was like, you know.
He was coming undone.
Yes.
And his room
you
was
could
filthy.
see it.
Yeah, but then it was like weird because he like portrayed himself very like I'm wholesome, like I'm one with the body, like I love nature, I'm like massage
very
therapy.
making me feel bad about my life and
like,
what I do.
I'm like
but
a
look,
piece of shit.
you're on a mattress.
Oh wait, he didn't have a bed frame?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, because you've never been.
The bed was not made, and there were clothes on the floor, and it was
just dirty.
It's like you're a grown
grimy
man. You're a grown man. I'm embarrassed.
Like 35.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And like if you can't like prioritize like
your like hotness doesn't make up for you being like a slob.
And like
in a bad attitude.
Right.
Like bad attitude, shitty like environment.
Yes.
And you're like jaw swinging. And you like
and
fucked
just,
over
like,
my
fucking
friend?
on all the girls. Like, and it's like,
literally.
and especially in the same group.
Like, no, that's what's bold.
That was bold.
Like we're all posted up on Instagram together, and he's like DMing
he's literally
all
like loving the story of like all of us together, and then like texting me like, "Oh my god, it's so cute," and then like the same thing, and then it's literally like
no, weird,
very weird.
Anyway, that chapter is
done.
Closed.
And if you ever think you can do it, you can't.
You can't.
You can't.
Never.
It's a done deal, and I'm blocked.
Oh, she's blocked.
I'm blocked.
Oh,
I'm fully blocked on everything.
Oh, you've been blocked.
I've been blocked.
Oh, I thought you did the
last
blocking.
word. But I got blocked.
Right. Just block him back, even though he can't see you.
Was,
then you get the final word.
Exactly. The final word. No, I literally just said, I was like, you're a fucking chaser.
Yeah.
And then he blocked me.
Well, he is kind of like a chaser.
He is.
Yeah.
100%. And if that sets you off like that, then you are.
Yeah.
Like, in retrospect.
So true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Oh, what were you going to say?
I don't even know.
No. She's a yapper.
I'm such a yapper.
Such a yapper. Wait, what do you have coming in the works? Anything you want to plug or talk about? Any exciting things you want to tell your fans?
I'm going to be coming out with something that can be purchased.
Oh, is it an adult product?
Just an item.
Okay.
Is it
fun?
Merch? Can you talk? Is it?
It's something.
How come I don't even know about this?
Do we get
because I've never told anybody.
Do we get like a color or a shape, or is it not something that tangible?
No, it's tangible. It's an item.
You have to add to cart.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I know what it is. Wait, is there? Is it
cutesy. I love
it. The mic fully picks it.
You can hear the ASMR.
Just like,
so anyway, it's that.
Oh my god,
I love it.
Hi,
Okay.
ASMR. So that's something
so
that
much.
something that's gonna be really fun for me to just like do work for and like have fun with.
I'm obsessed. That's amazing.
So that's, pretty much 2025 is just being a boss bitch.
Yeah, I love that.
People are just gonna have to wait and see.
They're just gonna have to wait and find out.
And find out. And then your socials, where can people find you?
Cassidy Cauley on Instagram, Girl Next Door Cassidy on OnlyFans, and GRLNXDR on Twitter. X.
Love it.
Love.
That's
well,
hot.
thank you so much for tuning in today. This was so fun. It was so great having you on.
So
Thanks,
great.
ladies.
Thank you so much for
I
coming
love
on and
y'all so
talking and being like
much. Me
vulnerable
too.
and fun and like cutesy.
No, it was great. It's just like literally us talking, like how we would
so
normally
cute.
talk at lunch.
100%.
Totally.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
So
Say
cute.
bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.